everybody, welcome to VLSI Point. So in today's video, we are going to talk about VLSI Design Engineer profile. And here I am talking about front-end design engineer. So if you are planning to start your career in front-end side, then this video is for you. Well, if you are watching my videos first time, then subscribe VLSI Point because here you will get all the VLSI related content. So first, let's talk about what a VLSI design engineer does. These engineers are the architect of the digital world. Their primary role is to design, verify and simulate the digital circuit. Also to form the core functionality of the integrated circuit. VLSI front-end design encompasses the conceptualization, specification, architectural design, RTL coding, verification, synthesis and the initial physical design phases of creating an integrated circuit. It is the crucial stage where the foundational aspects of IC's performance and characteristics are defined, and before moving to the back-end stages of physical implementation and manufacturing. Let's break down their works in more detail. Architecture design. In system level design, engineers define the overall structure of the IC. It involves creating the block diagram and defining the interaction between multiple modules. They ensure that each part of the chip works seamlessly together. Microarchitectural development, which involves detailing the internal structure of each module. Also to specify how data flows and processed within the IC. These engineers design the data path, control logic and state machines to optimize the performance and efficiency. Next is RTL design. So for coding purpose, engineers use hardware description language, either Verilog or VHDL, to describe the logic of a digital circuit at register transfer level, that is RTL. This code specifies how data is processed and stored within the chip. Module integration. So here engineers combine individual modules into a larger system and ensure that they all are working fine together. It involves designing interfaces and intellectual property, that is IP blocks if necessary. Next is simulation and functional verification. By using different simulation tools, these engineers test the design's functionality. They create test cases, apply stimulus and check the response. So by which they try to check whether the design is behaving as per the expectation or not. For functional verification, they use unit testing, integration testing and system testing. Next is synthesis, that is RTL to gate level conversion. These engineers use synthesis tools to translate the RTL code into a gate level netlist. This netlist describes the circuit in terms of logic gates. This process involves optimizing the performance, area and power consumption. And for this optimization, they use constraint management. Next is static timing analysis, which is the most important part. And here these engineers perform timing verification and timing closure. By using STA tools, these engineers verify whether the design meets all the timing requirements or not. For that, they check setup time, hold time, clock skew and propagation delay. In timing closure, they iteratively refine the design to resolve any kind of timing violation. And by doing all these things, they ensure that the design is operating at the target clock frequency. Power analysis and optimization. These engineers estimate the power consumption of the design by using power analysis tool. They implement different techniques to reduce the power consumption, like clock gating, power gating, etc. Now let's discuss the career opportunities and growth prospects. In front-end side, different profiles are there, like design engineer, verification engineer, project manager, etc. In different companies, the names are also different, like RTL design engineer, system design engineer, circuit design engineer, or simply the design engineer. So more or less, all these engineers focuses on the RTL coding part of the design. However, verification engineers focuses more on the verification side, like writing the test benches or creating the test cases. Talking about the demand of these engineers, so yes, it is skyrocketing. With advancement in 5G, IoT, autonomous vehicles, the demand of design engineers are increasing day by day. In India, semiconductor industry is expanding and offering more and more opportunities for innovation and development. And yes, here the demand of skilled design engineers are increasing, not just the engineers. So guys, focus on your skills. For salary point of view, this profile is quite good. At entry level, you can expect from 4 to 8 LPA with 2 to 3 years of experience. You will easily get 10 to 15 LPA, and at senior position, your payout will be even more than 25 LPA, or it would depend upon your skills. So guys, till now you have seen what are the roles and responsibilities of a VLSI design engineer. What is the career opportunity and the future growth. So if you are planning for front-end side, then just go ahead. And what I personally feel, front-end is comparatively more easier than the back-end side, and it's my personal experience. A back-end would be even more easier for you, so it depends person to person. But I personally feel that front-end is quite easy and interesting, provided you enjoy the coding. Now we will see what subjects you guys need to learn if you are willing to start your career in front-end side. So starting with digital logic circuits. This subject is all about logic gates, Boolean algebra, combinational and sequential circuits, state machines, and memory design. Next is microelectronics. So here you will understand the concept of semiconductor devices, how the PN junction works, how the diode is working, functionality of BJT, MOSFETs, physics behind that, and the functionality. Next is computer architecture. So in this subject, you study about the design and functionality of computer system, including the CPUs, memory hierarchy, and data paths. VLSI design, where you study about the CMOS technology, inverter designing, the characteristic of the inverter, fabrication techniques, layout design rule, circuit simulation, and the principle of designing integrated circuit. Next is hardware description language, either Verilog or VHDL. So guys, try to gain a proficiency in this subject. Learn these languages efficiently and try to make some advanced level projects. Next subject is signal processing, in which you will learn how the digital signal process, which techniques to be used for processing the digital signals, and it is very important for your digital circuits. Coming to the tools, so for the simulation you can use either ModelSim or QuestaSim. For synthesis you can use Synopsys Design Compiler or Xilinx Vivado. Other tools are also there for static timing analysis and power management, but I think for freshers, simulation and synthesis part is more than sufficient. So focus on these tools. Multiple online courses are available on Coursera, Udemy, and NPTEL. Here I am talking about both free and paid courses. So check out the websites and definitely you will get some useful courses and you can join those to get more in-depth knowledge. Well, after preparing all these subjects and learning the tools, this is a time to apply for internships and job. But before applying, the most important part is to build a strong resume. And for that, I have already provided a dedicated video, so check out this video. Add all the front-end oriented skills into your resume. Like you must have a strong command in either Verilog or VHDL, so write that. Also the tools related to the simulation and synthesis like the QuestaSim, ModelSim, add those tools into your resume. Invest your time to make some hands-on projects and eventually you can add those projects into your resume or into your portfolio. With all these skills, it's important to have a solid grasp on digital logic design. So study all those subjects properly, which I have mentioned earlier. Tell me one thing, hundreds of students or thousands of students are applying for internships or jobs. So why an interviewer will shortlist your resume? Well, nowadays companies are using a bot and these bots will shortlist your resume. So it's important to use the industry oriented keywords Like if you are applying for the front end, then use the keywords related to the front end side, or just read the job description given by the company and add all the related keywords into your resume. Here I have given a list of keywords so you can choose as per the job requirement. If you are from tier 1 college, then focus on your college placement because all good companies are visiting there. So focus on that. But if you are from tier 2 or tier 3 colleges, then focus on the off-campus placement. For that, you can check the career page of the companies. You can apply for that. Also, the platforms like LinkedIn, Naukri.com, Indeed, Internshala, Glassdoor. So there also you will get all these opportunities. Also, guys, use your network wisely. Networking also play a very good part. So connect with professionals on LinkedIn. Attend industry workshops. You can join VLSI related groups and attend their events. Here is the list of some leading companies working in the digital side like Intel, Qualcomm, Broadcom, Texas Instruments, Cadence Design Systems, Synopsys, ARM, Nvidia, MediaTek, Marvell Technologies, and much more. So if you are willing to join these companies, then start applying as soon as possible and excel your career in VLSI field. So this is it, guys. I hope you found this video useful. Subscribe VLSI Point to get more insightful content. If you have any doubts or questions, then leave them in the comment box below. Until next time, keep learning and stay inspired.